Time to earn your freedom, soldier.
Stand out! I'm taking fire!
Gave him a proper sorting. Stand by.
On November 4th of 2019, the 5 September 2020 subreddit was created. Its description reading, "A community devoted to surviving 5th September 2020." With nearly 900 followers to the group's name, you can't help but wonder what it is they're alluding to, and what exactly they're implying is supposed to happen in September of this year. A number of you have emailed me about this subreddit asking for me to look into it now that it's been going on for quite some time, so without further ado, let's get started. We'll talk about what this whole thing is on the surface first, and dive a bit deeper once that's done. To understand the group's philosophy, we'll start with its assumed leader, a Reddit user called September 5 Survivor. Their account was created in October of 2019, not long before the corresponding subreddit surfaced. Since then, this user has been just about everywhere obsessively spreading the word about September 5th, aka 5/9, warning other communities and wishing them safety. In addition to this behavior, there are also several other recurring themes here, like ramblings about the number 24, a man covered in blue flames, and a secret organization that's behind whatever is going to happen on September 5th. In one of their earliest posts, one made to r/advice, the user asked for a dream of theirs to be interpreted. In the dream, September 5 Survivor claims to see their own fictional wedding. This is one of the first mentions of the man covered in blue flames, but also of note was a young ring bearer in orange and an elderly spectator in purple. In this dream, the wedding date, as you guessed, is September 5th, although a specific year isn't mentioned. The next post is a poem, one once again bringing up this man in blue flames and the need to find a so-called safe place before September. A confused user asked for what this meant, given that it was posted in the poetry subreddit, to which the OP ultimately gives a non-answer. Once again, it's about staying safe from ambiguous bad things that are going to happen come September 5th. You may have noticed the mention of a hallway in that poem, and soon after they actually do post a picture of one, the OP claiming to be lost. As we continue through this user's history, we see reference after reference to the aforementioned elements. Eventually, we get this post, one stating that the user had been contacted by someone affiliated with the organization behind 5/9. He says that 5th September 2020 is a mistake and that the true date is 5th September 2024, hence the significance of 24. I don't know what to make of this. Is he As for what'll actually happen, according to them, they're unsure, but they believe it's possible for luck, whatever that is, to go down, causing mass tragedy. If not that, then other options range from the Earth's positioning shifting all the way to electrical systems failing, and something called the Sixth Realm opening up. I probably just lost you there, so allow me to clarify. Dreams have been a common theme so far for this user, and in other posts they refer to their sleeping state as a dream realm or sixth realm. They also mention how the organization, the one possibly spearheading 5/9, may have access or control over said plane. The green hallway we've seen mentioned so many times is now revealed to be the entrance to this world. Since 5 September Survivor started posting, the updates have been pretty much endless, so we aren't going to go through every single one. Still, I think this is enough to get the basic gist. Again, this is just one person, and although they're a pretty good model for what this is all about, they definitely aren't the only character in this story. Like I said, the subreddit, at least at the time of writing this, has roughly 900 followers, and most people who comment are completely in line with 5 September Survivors' philosophies. Take this pinned post they made, for example. In it, they explain that they were contacted by someone inside the organization once more and wanted to share some key points. That being that the man in blue flames is a member of the organization, the year of September 5th is actually 2024, not 2020, and that in May 2021, the rest of the world will become aware of 5/9. They close off saying that this might not be credible information, and that for now the group should carry on with 2020 with a switch to 2024 if nothing comes up. To most of us, this all obviously sounds like complete nonsense, but the comments for the most part question nothing and even play along with discussion about the organization and so on. And by and large, this is really how the entire subreddit is laid out. 5 September Survivor is far from the only one active in the community, and far from the only person who posts about all the aforementioned themes we've discussed so far. Now that that's all out of the way, it's about time we get to the bottom of this. What exactly is happening with this user, and what's the deal with this entire community? If you were to describe this whole thing in short form, on the surface, 5 September Survivor most likely sounds like your garden variety conspiracy theorist obsessing over misinformation and trying desperately to be heard, but I think that most people would agree that overall, they seem to just be too pointed and concise to fit that bill. While the ideas they present may be out there, the way that they present them is cohesive. The same goes for the rest of the people in the community, at least for the most part. Out of the 900 or so people, not all of them appear to be in on it, or at least not for the same reasons. There were several accounts who posted to the subreddit very early on, all convinced of the same beliefs as 5 September Survivor. I believe those people and 5 September Survivor are actually in on this and probably started this whole thing. As time went on, outsiders began to pour in, some confused, some unimpressed. There are posts asking if the 5 September 2020 community is a doomsday cult, and mixed in are just straight up trolls. This all sandwiched between users who again speak of 5/9 like it's an absolute truth. I think there's no question at this point that 5 September 2020 is a work of collective fiction, but its purposes, at least to me, aren't exactly clear.
Look who it is. At first glance, I was quick to pass this off as a mistype. It doesn't seem like 9Go5JIT bears any significance here. But I was wrong. You guys know me. I should have known better. I should have known better. It's Haitian Creole. What the fuck? Now it appears to me that this bears some sort of connection to a mystery surrounding doomsday prophecies that are projected to take place in September of this year. I'm reluctant to label each Redditor here as a cult member, mainly because of the sea of speculation as to what might be happening on that date. The mystery apparently began about 8 months ago. A Redditor named September 5th Survivor would relentlessly spam cryptic messages across various subreddits, all alluding to a doomsday that they heavily believe in due to disturbing dreams that they've had since late 2019. You know, with enough persistence, you can get eyes on anything. And they did. Their efforts started out innocent enough, and with that people passed them off as nothing but an ARG creator or edgelord trying to garner some internet attention. But then it actually started to gain traction. Now, I'll spare you the details and get right down to it. I feel that September 5th Survivor sums up their beliefs pretty well right here. The world is not ending. I've seen much talk of people saying that they think this is an apocalypse group and that the world will end on September 5th, 2020. I'd like to clarify that I've never said the world will end on that date or that an apocalypse is coming. That's not what I've seen in my dreams and visions. Many bad things will happen on September 5th. However, I don't believe the world will end entirely. An apocalypse suggests a large global event, whereas September 5th will consist of many individual events. It concerns me, because if people think this is yet another "the end is nigh" group, they won't take it as seriously. September 5th is coming. Many bad things will happen. Keep your eye on the 5, stay safe and prepare. 24. To be honest, I can see where the confusion came from. With constant mentions of the number 24, a prophetic dream dimension by the name of the Sixth Realm, mass misfortune consuming the world on September 5th, and world enlightenment supposedly occurring on May 3rd of 2021, it's easy to get lost in the cryptic vernacular that comes with trying to get such a message out. But back to the core question. Why would some sort of prophetic doomsday cult be connected to something like a dream survey? So let's suspend our belief here. Let's take our doomsday conspiracy hats off and let's recap on what we've been through and how the hell it got us here. (2015) The Willamette Valley Dream Survey becomes a thing in Portland, Oregon. The mysteries met with intrigue, and some people went forth to call it. No follow-up, no cryptic text. Also in Portland, a company named Fattel, providing free phone booths to underdeveloped communities with the Willamette Valley Dream Survey mapped to its automated menu. The company has unfortunately not returned my emails. 2020. The Happy Valley Dream Survey resurrects a half-decade-old mystery, but this time in Utah, and the mysteries once again met with intrigue. Both Aliens Did 9LL and One Regit went forth to call it, and if my personal experience is anything to go by, then they more than likely received follow-ups alluding to September 5th, 2020, a pre-existing mystery that's been ongoing since late 2019. Interestingly, One Regit repeatedly claimed that it was not Fattel, but the thing is, Fattel wasn't even connected to this arc of the mystery. They're involved with the Willamette Valley version. With this in mind, while I'd love to entertain the possibility of this being some widespread growing conspiracy about an impending doomsday apocalypse that's been predicted since 2015, I don't believe that this entire thing is under the same mystery umbrella at all. I'm heavily leaning on the postulation that either September 5th survivor or someone involved with the September 5th, 2020 mystery stumbled upon the original post about the Willamette Valley Flyers. They realized that it was a mystery that had its time and faded into obscurity, and so they went forth to jump on the opportunity, make their own version in Microsoft Word, and post them around Happy Valley. The fact that the phone number responds in such odd increments of time adds more weight to the potential that there is a person or multiple people behind that phone number sending these cryptic texts out in order to get people to look up the translated version of the dates, encounter the September 5th mystery, spread it around like wildfire, and lead the masses to believe another hoax. Now, I'm no prophet, but I highly doubt anything's gonna happen on September 5th. I'm honestly not even entirely sure why they're doing a dream survey, aside from riding the hype of a prior mystery. To be honest, this arc of the rabbit hole isn't exactly the most exciting or captivating one to me. Portland's is different. That's the real one. I fell into this mystery because of it, and it's continued to perplex me to this day. Unfortunately, I can't pinpoint who's behind this or why they're doing it. Fattel never followed up. One Regit and Aliens Did 9LL are gone, and I have no idea where else to look. It's like I'm jumping through hoops to get any sort of lead here, and it's kicking my ass. I do know one thing though. Fattel's silence is deafening. I'd love to give him the benefit of the doubt regarding my messages, but nah, I know they've seen them. They're just ignoring them. If their Tumblr is anything to go by, it's safe to say that they've been involved in unique art projects before, and this very easily could be one of them. With that in mind, I really think they're connected here. It would just make sense, even if this is nothing but a circumstantial theory. It looks like only time will tell. Someone's out there, and they want your strange dreams. The question is, will you give it to them?